In 2016, the Stuart Tank Memorial Association had finally raised enough money through fundraising efforts locally through the community of $120,000 to purchase the unrestored M3A1 Stuart Light Tank, serial number 10,309, built at the Berwick and St. Foundry Company factory in December of 1942. It was a major fundraising effort that was launched after Steve Greenberg, who serves on our board of directors as well, from Oregon, actually brought in his fully restored and operational M3A1 Stuart that was built here in Berwick in 2013. The Stuart Tank Committee at that time paid the transport to bring Steve's tank in from Oregon, and that really put some wind in the sails of STMA at that point, prior to myself and my dad coming on board in, I believe, 2015 or 2016. The effort to restore this tank was very important to myself and many others in the community, because Berwick never had an original World War II Stuart tank to educate the public about our community's efforts during World War II to help win the war against tyranny in Europe and Asia. What you're looking at right here is an example of two connected Stuart tank track links. Now you can see there's two pads right here, and this piece right here, this is what you call an end connector. This end connector holds two track links together. And all you do, you put the end connector, you put these pins through the end connector, one from each link, and there's a wedge bolt right here too with a nut. You connect all that together, and that's how you hold two track links together. And right here is one single, brand new, individual Stuart Tank T16E1 track link. There is 66 individual track link pads, and a total of 132 track links per tank.
Push the tank forward with that.
What you can see Steve Greenberg and Bill Hartzell doing right now, they're actually trying to separate the links of the tank tracks so we can remove this track and do what we just did to the bow gunner side tracks. We're going to flip every single pad on this track to the good side. I can't imagine how hard it was doing this in the field during World War II. In October of 2022, we began the full restoration of this tank, and that involved a number of things, including pretty much stripping it down, not nut and bolt, but operationally checking, the final drives, checking the transmission, checking the engine. As I mentioned, the engine at that time that we had that came with this tank was not very good, so we ended up pulling that engine out, evaluating it, and we determined that the clutch plates on that engine were so warped they needed to be repaired for safe long-term future operation of the tank. And the cost to rebuild or remanufacture new clutch plates for this tank would have cost more than just simply buying a new engine for it. So we actually bought two, one was actually, it's called new old stock, one new old stock engine and one like new engine, and we used parts from both and put them into this tank, and we essentially had a brand new engine by the time the restoration was completed. And now the engine runs reliably. It sounds very smooth when it's idling. That's very important because you want to have the RPMs high enough on a radial engine such as the W-670 made by Continental, which this tank uses. You want to have the RPMs high enough that if they're below about 800, 850, you run the risk of fouling spark plugs, and that can lead to poor engine performance and degrade the quality of the engine over time.